right, here we go. Welcome to another walking edition of Expat Crib. Today we are going to do a neighborhood walk through Alejandria. And right now we are at the top of Alejandria and we're going to head down towards Avenida Poblado. Okay, so I just came from this amazing restaurant right here. Okay, just opened up. It's called Clap Burger. And I had an amazing clap burger. Over here, as you can see, there's a Euro Supermercado. Euro is a chain of grocery stores here. It's fairly popular in this area of Medellin. So let's take a jaunt down towards the Golden Mile. Again, as I said, we are going through the barrio or the neighborhood of Alejandria. And right now, we are at the top. Okay. Another little plaza right there. And just a little ways here, we've got Mall Zona 2. This is a great area actually up here. And I would say this area is like halfway between the Golden Mile, where we're going, to Mall Tesoro at the top. But today we're specifically in the neighborhood of Alejandria. By the way, this neighborhood is, I would say, pretty much smack dab in the middle of Poblado, which is the area where a lot of tourists come to, and it's the area that I've been doing neighborhood tours on for the last month. And today we are going through Alejandria. Starting at the top, working our way to the bottom. If I can make it across the road here. One of the things you have to learn about Latin America, and actually many places in the world, a lot of cars, they don't stop for you. So even if you got a crosswalk, and the regulations here are they do need to stop at the crosswalk, but you really have to take care. It's gotten better over the 15 years I've been here. Probably 40% of the people stop at crosswalks now, but you really have to take care when you're going across the road. Okay, I finally made it across. As I said, you really have to take care here in traffic. Definitely be looking both ways. Even on a one-way street in Colombia, it's good to look both ways. So we're going to take a little look here at this Plaza Mall Zona 2 at the top of Alejandria. So one of the anchor tenants in this building is Carulla, which is the, I would say, major grocery store in the city. There's Carulla, Éxito, Euro, and a few others. This place here, El Corral, is a burger place. And in this little plaza is many restaurants, from Burger King to Barrio Burger, Olivia, even over there, it looks like there's Moroccan food. I think that's a new restaurant for me. Peru Walk, really good Peruvian restaurant. Fast track it through here. So there's an exchange place here, Money House, drugstore, Subway, up there, sushi market, and down below the parking lot here is the Carulla. There's a great view of the city skyline above. Excuse me. A little cloudy today. So up there is Maltesoro, pretty much directly ahead. I did a neighborhood tour that included Maltesoro about a month ago. Probably one of the most beautiful malls in Colombia and in the city of Medellin for sure. All right, we're going to head downhill. So I believe this area, or this street going here, is transversal, but I will confirm that. This is one of the main arteries that go through Poblado here. You've got transversal, you've got superior above this, and these go through the neighborhoods. And one of the things I wanted to point out is that where these thoroughfares are, because Medellin is so hilly, it's really good to settle in an apartment or a home really close to these areas, like one block up or one block down. Otherwise, you're transversing a lot of hills. So yeah, and again, near Tesoro Mall, the video I did there, I had comments saying that, oh yeah, it's so hilly in that area. Well, yes, it is. That's why I say in some of these thoroughfares here, excuse me, you want to be one street up or one street below. All right, we'll keep going. So a lot of these old houses here in Poblado, you see like this, that are just kind of sitting, waiting to be developed because the property around here is getting so expensive. So in a few years from now, this kind of home typically would be taken down and a building would be put up in its space because they have to improve the density here in the city. Because there's a lot of people and very little space in Poblado now to build. So this is the back of Mall Zona Dos, which is where just over here there's a parkade, so you could drive up here and park down below. As you can see right here, we are in the right neighborhood. Bosque de Alejandria is the name of that edificio. But yes, this is the area of Alejandria, and we're moving down the hill. The area we're moving down to, there's a lot of buildings that have been built probably since the 90s. Like the one right there in front of us. That's a 90s or 2000 build. Right in this area here too, they've done a lot of road work in the last couple of years. This used to be all single lane, and as you can see off in the distance there, they put in an overpass, so the traffic moves through here really well now. They even have a crosswalk. And as you can see right there, they have a sign, but no one's going to stop. So you take your life into your hands. Again, you can see they put signs down that way and a sign here for people to stop, but they rarely do. But the good news is it's changing quite a bit, and I would say a higher percentage of people stop now, especially kids that have families that put people on feet first, which is the way it should be. So here's a classic example of a old country home right here and new buildings all around it, which you typically see in areas of Poblado and also in Envigado. Buildings have kind of just grown up around these old casas. So if we keep going straight a little ways here, we would be at another neighborhood called Las Bolsas. There's actually two, Las Bolsas 1 and Las Bolsas 2. I believe 1 is above and 2 is below, but another day we'll take a stroll in that neighborhood also, in Las Bolsas, which actually reaches down to Santa Fe Mall. So right now we are in the heart of Alejandria. Over there is a building called Soul Lifestyle, which was built, I would probably say about 10 years ago now. And that's an apartment hotel complex built by a developer in the area here. A lot of expats stay there. So now we're going to walk right through the heart of Alejandria. Again, as you can see right here, classic old, this is probably a farm at one time, a finca house. Cross over here. Arriendo for rent. Beautiful old casa there. You can see it looks like it's split in two. So we're midway through Alejandria now, heading towards the Golden Mile. And in this area here, there are a lot of residential apartments and a few hotels in the area also. But one of the great things about this city is how green it is, especially Poblado. If you look on a map, a Google Maps, you can see a reason why Poblado is so favored is they've kept a lot of the trees and greenery and they build around it, which is the way it should be. Again, another example of an older house. It's been there probably 80 years in the middle of Poblado, and everything is built around it. So my goal in these walking videos is to let people know all about Poblado, which is one of the biggest barrios in Medellin, and to let people know about the neighborhoods within Poblado, and also some of the micro neighborhoods, places like Provenza. As you can see here, this is a hotel. The hotel that we just passed is called Poblado Alejandria. Again, across the road there, as you can see, classic house in the middle of all these buildings. So right now we're just up from a new office tower slash restaurants, gym area. There's a Starbucks there. It's called Milla de Oro. Milla de Oro was built probably, I want to say, completed about 5 or 6 years ago. It's actually probably one of the hottest spots for properties right now because it's very central. It's the new business district of the city. So it's an area that's very desirable for expats because the walkability is pretty much a 10 out of 10 in this area. Sorry, once you get down the hills here. Like I say, in Medellin, you want to be near a commercial zone or an area, but like 1 block up or 1 block down from the main business areas. But the other great thing about the city is that Uber and there's another service called InDriver and also Didi are very cheap. It'd be the equivalent of me taking a bus in Vancouver, the city I come from. So super cheap. My average fare is, I would say, $3 to $4. Again, as you can see here, a house and a big footprint. Sometimes the people can develop these and sometimes they can't. So it's up to the city planning. I believe it's every 6 to 7 years they have a new zoning law that they come up with. But honestly, I think in this city they can only go up because there's not a lot of space to move out. So some may like it, some may dread it, but that's unfortunately in the future. If you want to live in the city, they can only build up. Here's an example of an old apartment building, which a lot of the clients we've worked with love these old spaces. Maybe not so much because of the balconies, because the balconies aren't very big, but the inside space is big. Back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, there was a lot of apartments built with a lot of space. Now the new construction, unless it's super high end, are generally smaller apartments. But that's probably the same in places like where I come from, Vancouver, New York, Chicago. Anywhere where the space is limited, the apartments are getting smaller. So we're just entering the district of business in Medellin, where all the banks, insurance companies have relocated. This is kind of the new city center for business and shopping. There's 2 major shopping malls and about 3 plazas in this area, from San Fernando Plaza, which is just on the other side of Alejandria, and then right here we're closing in on Milla de Oro. So there you see it. The Milla de Oro, right there. And right there is the Porsche dealership for this city. And then in the business center or the building here in Milla de Oro is the BMW dealership. So yeah, this is turned into quite the high-end area here. So this is a highly desirable area for expats, again, because it's so close to everything. And through my business associates here, we've actually sold a number of apartments in this area. Just up this street here. Let's go take a look at Milla de Oro. And then we'll move on to Avenida Poblado, the Golden Mile. So if you really want to be in the center of everything here in Medellin, in the business district, this is the area. Over there, you've got Polaris, which I believe is a Canadian company making snowmobiles and such. And then over there, this Licorice, which is the local liquor franchise here. And then here we're going to go through Milla de Oro. As you can see off in the distance there is the Porsche dealership. So if you're into healthy food, Natto Bowls is right there. And then, as I said, the BMW dealership is right over here. And one of my favorite places for ice cream right there is Mimo's. Mimo's is great if you're an ice cream lover. It's more soft serve ice cream. They do have typical ice cream also. So there's your BMW dealership. And then right over there is the part where they have the office towers. So above here is many different businesses. And right down here, coming into frame, you've got a Smart Fit. That's why a lot of people love this area. This area has everything. They've got malls, they've got fitness places like Smart Fit here. Super, super central, especially in this plaza here. As you can see, Smart Fit. And over here you have Pegasus Pig and Burgers, which is specializes in hamburgers and pork. Roll up sushi over here. Firehouse, and then a number of other restaurants. If you're an Android user or Samsung user, there's a store where you can get things repaired right there. Service center and sales center. And if you love to gamble, there's a Hollywood casino there. And right over here you have Persimmon, a yogurt place, and I think this was one of the second or third Starbucks in the city right here. One of their flagship locations. And then here, as I said, you've got Persimmon, which is a place that specializes in yogurt. So now we're at the bottom of Alejandria. And right across the road there, you've got a McDonald's. And then, can't quite see it here, but across the street is a new franchise called Pharmatodo, which is a 24-hour drugstore right there. So this is the spot with everything at your fingertips here. Again, this center or plaza here is Milla de Oro, the new business district and center of Medellin, I would say. And one block that way is Mall Oviedo and Santa Fe Mall, which I'll cover in another video. But for now, we're gonna finish our neighborhood tour in Alejandria. If you're a sushi lover, you've got National Sushi right there. And there's the front entrance to the casino. And just for some context, we're going to look way up, way up. This is Milla de Oro that has two business towers there. So now we're on the Golden Mile, Avenida Poblado, and we are going to continue on to just this side of San Fernando Plaza, which is pretty much the bottom of Alejandria. Across the street there, you've got Cosi, and which is a furniture place, and then over there you have Beau Concept, which is international furniture business. And as I said, this is the center of the banking district too. With you have Banco de Occidente aquí. Here, sorry. Mixing in Spanish with English. Right over there you have K-Tronics, which is the Best Buy of Colombia. Because they don't have a Best Buy here, but K-Tronics is pretty much as close as they have. If you're looking for anything from an iPhone to TVs to appliances, they have everything there. And there's one of the bigger banks, Davivienda, which I believe right now is going through a merger with some of the other banks here. One of the great things about Avenida Poblado here is they've done a great job at building around all the trees here and the tree centerline streets, as you can see. They've done a fabulous job. Over here you have one of the first microbreweries in Colombia, BBC microbrewery. Right here you have Papa John's Pizza, Parmesano, Tostado, Dino, and this plaza here, as you can see, is called La Strada. Up there, up the escalators, they have more restaurants. Just over here, another hotel, Hotel Bamboo. And a dental clinic. Many people come here for dentistry because the prices are not North American prices. Even at some of these fancy clinics here, it's much more affordable. So right on this corner here, we're reaching the end of Alejandria. Across the road there is Patio Bonito, and down that way, just across the road, is Agua, I can never say it, I'll put it up on the screen, Agua Catala. which is where the metro station is, just down below. And this building here was only built about 4 or 5 years ago also. This is the Cross building. Which has a drugstore and I guess it would be similar to the Colombian version of FedEx, Coordinadora. Again, have trouble saying that one. Coordinadora. I'll put it in the screen above, but basically this is kind of like their FedEx here. There you go. And then right at the corner here, we have a place that does custom eyewear. Gaffas and gaffas. Glasses and glasses. And just across the road there, this is where we're going to end today, is San Fernando Plaza, which is actually in the barrio or the area of La Florida. Again, this here is the Golden Mile. We are at the bottom of Alejandria. Thanks for joining us again today. My name is Ian, and we'll see you in the next video.